That's right, another Acer Veritone system. But this one, as you can probably guess, is a little bit different than the last one. It is a Veritone. Is it actually a Veritone, or is it... No, it's an Acer. I'm going to correct myself. It is an Acer. I thought it was a Veritone. I thought it said Veritone somewhere on it, but... No, it's an Acer M5200. Or AM5200 with that model ID. Phenom X4 quad core, so actually it's not really all that bad. I didn't know what was in this until I actually looked at this right now. 4 gigs of RAM, that kind of sucks, but that can be upgraded. 640 gigabyte hard drive, that'd be pretty cool if that's what's still in there. As I know there is a drive in there. Super multi, which I think it does still have. Label flash. And of course it comes with McLaughy, because why wouldn't it? Assuming it hasn't been just completely blitzed. Which it might have been. So, HD 3650 graphics, which I don't think this still has. I think it would have had a video card that it does not have anymore. If you're wondering what that label flash actually is, that is a competitor to LightScribe. I believe it works with just about any disk, but I don't remember. You might need special label flash disks for it. Don't think there's anything in this bay. Nope, that's empty. Underneath this, we have a card reader, which has a USB port and a 1394 port. So that's pretty neat. On the top, there's 4 more USB ports. They're your front panel audio connections. If we look around back, you can see maybe it does have HD 3650 graphics on board, and somebody just installed an expansion video card at some point and then removed it, but I'm not sure. It is nice enough that it's got PS2 ports. No idea what power supply this is, but it looks kind of cheap. And speaking of cheap, check this thing out. This is the power cord that it came with. Looks like a standard power plug, but then you look at the end of it, and I'm not playing any tricks here. That is literally what this cord is. So that I may end up just throwing straight in the garbage, because those are dangerous, as you can possibly imagine. Looks like some extra audio ports. Coaxial and optical digital audio connections. I think they call that SPDIF. Sony Philips Digital Interface Format. So, probably the cover should be relatively easy, although it's got the screws still in it. It should be loose enough that I can get them out. And since it's got the toolless case, I may just leave the screws out. I know that I was able to get this open in the store, so I know roughly what's in it. I know that it's got the hard drive. If it did not have the hard drive, I would not have bothered buying it. But I think I'm going to need 2 hands to get the cover off. And it was a little tougher than I thought. Let's take a look at what we have. That is a light-on power supply, so probably standard fare. Well, the RAM is fully populated. I don't know if it was like that from the factory, but it might have been. SATA optical drive. This thing should be SATA through and through. I don't think... Oh, it does. There is an IDE port there. So that's neat. The fan looks like... Is that the fan, or is that the... What the heck is that? I don't know what that goes to. But sometimes that's the power LED. I know in the Airtech cases that would be a power LED, but I don't know. That's weird. Kind of surprising they would have done it that way. What's this? Oh, probably something. 160. 1600. It's only a 160 gig hard drive. So, not the original. Not even close to the right size for the original, but that's fine. It does still have a drive. So, maybe it's been wiped, I don't know. You get 6 SATA ports, that's not too bad. What RAM is this? Can Can I read? Is there any stickers? Well, that looks like cheap crap. So stickers are on the other side, so the likelihood I'll be able to read anything on them is pretty low. There's no blown caps or anything. So I didn't actually think to try this in the store because I really didn't care. I was going to get it anyway, just to make the video because it had the hard drive. So I'm going to put the cover back on it, and I'm going to plug it in, and we'll see if it does anything. Okay. We'll see if it works at all. There's the power switch. Oh, there it is. I have a light. Hey. Delete to enter setup. Press delete. I think it just ignored me. Uh-oh, what's this running? Is this Windows 10? That could be Windows 10. Might be Windows 8, but it's probably Windows 10 if I had to guess. If this was used in anything resembling the recent patch, it's probably Windows 10. Does the optical drive work? How does the eject button work? Oh, there we go. And it works. There's nothing in it. I would have liked it if it would have went into setup like I asked. Rather than trying to boot this Windows crap that it may not be able to do because, you know, it's junk. Especially if it's Windows 10. There's probably no chance that this is actually starting Windows 10. I don't even think it's working. I think it just kind of locked up on me. Oh, it's doing something. Holy crap. I have to stop the video depending upon what it does, but yes, it's definitely Windows 10. It may have been reloaded. So notice that a lot of the computers that have come from this place have been reloaded with operating systems. Activate Windows. Is my mouse even working? Doesn't even see my PS2 mouse, so that's really bad. Okay, so the Windows 10 experience predictably sucks because it's on a mechanical hard drive and Windows 10 can't handle those, I guess. So I managed to reboot it, get it into the BIOS, so that will at least maybe tell us some other things. It does have 8 gigs of RAM, so it's been upgraded. I'm not sure if I've got any 4 gig DDR2 memory modules sitting around. I don't think I do. I think most of my 4 gigabyte stuff is DDR3, so don't think I can really upgrade it. But I think everything else is in here. Phenom 9550. Is that what that said on the front? Yeah, that's what that said on the front. Okay. For some reason I was thinking it said something else on the front, but don't think there's anything else interesting to worry about here. Native IDE. Or I could put it in the AHCI mode. Let's see if that breaks Windows. Wish it wouldn't do. Could turn that off. Turn on the LAN boot ROM. Onboard floppy controller, which I did not realize this actually had. Seems like it's fairly new for a floppy controller, but maybe it's not. Looks like things are running well. No issues. Battery's good. There's no real overclocking options, which is fine. It's a OEM machine. Usually you don't get very much overclocking on these. Let's see if Windows still boots. They're turning AHCI on. I don't think it will. Yeah, I don't hear the hard drive doing anything, so it's probably not going to start. But, no surprise. So, that's really going to end the video, because I honestly just don't even really care. So at some point, this is probably, it's licensed for Windows Vista, so it'll probably get Windows Vista. I may give it a second hard drive and set up a dual boot environment with like Windows Vista and some flavor of Linux, because I've never really done much dual booting. If I've got systems, they usually run either one or the other. It's either Linux or Windows. But it would kind of be nice to have a dual boot environment, at least something to play around with. And it gives it something interesting to do, I suppose. But at least for the time being, we're going to put this one to bed because I've got some other projects I want to work on. So, there you go. There's your Acer Aspire M5200.